our next guest is running against McMaster, and he says he's not worried about the president's visit or that big endorsement. Let's bring in gubernatorial candidate John Warren. John, good morning to you. It was a big night last night, a big night for your state. A lot of people showed up to that rally. Does it make you nervous that could actually lead your opponent to victory?
No, I mean, this election is clearly not about President Trump's record. It's about Henry McMaster's, and it's a record of failure, and the people are tired of it. We have so much corruption in our state, a lack of accountability in government, and so much incompetence down in Columbia. They want a businessman, they want a conservative, and they want a Marine, and that's why we're going to be victorious tonight. Well,
of course, you're talking about yourself, a businessman, a Marine, but you're also an outsider. And McMaster claims you don't have the political experience to lead the people of your state. How do you respond to that?
Governor McMaster confuses accomplishment and experience. He has a record of failure. We've lost $4 billion on a failed nuclear reactor. We're 50th in education. We're overtaxed. Our state still funds Planned Parenthood, and our roads and our bridges are crumbling. I do not have experience in any of that. What I have is a record of accomplishment on the battlefield and a record of accomplishment in creating a company and creating hundreds of jobs, and that's what's needed down in Columbia.
Well, John, you say this isn't about the president's endorsement, which your opponent did receive last night on a very big platform, but isn't this race in large part about Donald Trump and his policies? Both of you, as Republican candidates, are claiming to be very closely tied to the president and his policies.
Well, President Trump endorsed Governor McMaster long before I got into this race. So a lot of my supporters are Donald Trump supporters. So I think what we need to focus on is who's going to be the better governor for South Carolina. And I can tell you that I look forward to working with President Trump come January.
What is your support for the president? Where are you closely aligned with President Trump?
I think President Trump's done an incredible job of appointing a conservative Supreme Court justice and getting comprehensive tax reform through the Congress, which has had a tremendous impact on the economy. He's deregulated a lot of things to help economic opportunity as well. And then he's even ended the Cold War in Korea. The main thing that I would differ with on the president is his endorsement for my opponent.
Interesting. How do you think this is going to go? It was a big night last night, but this is an even bigger day today. What are your chances for victory? He says 100%
what you've seen across what you saw 2 weeks ago, and the whole reason we're having a runoff is because Governor McMaster, who's known by everyone, could only get 42%. The conservative reform movement in South Carolina is strong, it's united, and it's united behind me. So we're very confident that we're going to be victorious tonight.
What will this race ultimately say about the overall political environment and the overall chances for Republicans in the November midterms?
I think what you're going to see tonight is that they're going to choose the businessman, the conservative, and the Marine because they're tired of career politicians who only bring more problems. We want someone to bring conservative reform solutions to government. And Governor McMaster, he's been in office 30 years. This is his 8th statewide race. And even in the introduction, you showed him, he didn't talk about any of his accomplishments.
So, John, just out of curiosity, based on the things that you're saying about your opponent, that the president just endorsed last night, and your support of the president, what does it say about the president that he's endorsing Henry McMaster?
I think the president's a very loyal person. He endorsed him in December, long before I got in this race. I'm a businessman similar to the president, and I look forward to working with him in January. All
right, we are all watching this race. The nation is watching on. John Warren, thanks for your time this morning. We will be watching tonight.